Yeah, probably. Let's see. Is there a way? Let me see if let me let me see if I can figure this out real quick. Audio output. Yeah, it says okay. Well, I can see you texting and stuff, but I can't hear you. And on your little square tile on the stream together, the stream share, it says poor connection. So that's probably a reason why I can't hear you at all. Um, all right, so okay, so I can hear myself. I can hear myself. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I gotta cover my mouth because okay. All right, so yesterday I got up with the tech support guys. I can't hear you at all, and I can't see you. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start this. But I got up with the team support yesterday, and I was able to get a response back. So what I had to do was, all right. So what I had to do was, I had to go to the Streamlabs and settings, and then go to troubleshoot or something like that, diagnostics on the settings. Let's see. You go to settings on your Streamlabs desktop, and then you go to get support and upload diagnostic support, and then I sent it off to the troubleshoot team guys, and they they haven't responded back to me. So hopefully I can get a response. And I told them about our issue in the collab cam, and how I can't hear you or I can't see you sometimes, or either it's one or the other. So um, yeah, maybe this weather might change. Hopefully I'll be able to hear you. Audio output, desktop capture, moderator microphone. Okay, I can see you now. I can
What's
see you
up?
now. Oh, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you. Awesome. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I just can't see myself on the screen, but it's all
I can't see you either. It's all good. I know what you look like.
right. Anyways, all right. So, did you see the message I sent on the group chat
I did a few of them. Yes.
with certain levels? All right. So those are the levels that I'm looking at right now for the cues. Um, like I said, if we can get those signals on the 10 minute to cross over and go, we can possibly go to the upside because we have bought on the. You know what? I was looking at the 10 minute yesterday. If you looked at the 10 minute with the settings that I gave you on Weeble, um, we've already on the stochastic, we're already bottomed out on that.
Okay.
So from what I'm seeing with the on the 10 minute is we bottomed out on the 10 minute. On the 1 hour, we're still, if we hit that signal on the 1 hour on the MACD, if we hit that signal, we could possibly get a bounce up. And if the ROC crosses over the one of the lines that I have there, if it crosses over, then that's a confirmation to the upside. So we just it's just being patient right now and seeing what's going on, see if there's any kind of buying or selling pressure um, right now. So let's see what happens. But I'm looking at levels right now. So for let's look at the so let's say we're thinking this is going to go up. I want to check. I'm going to go over the the options chain right quick. Did it move or was it me? Oh, it moved, didn't it? Yeah, it moved. No, it didn't. It didn't move. Okay. Did it move?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, it did move. It moved. Okay. Hold on, I gotta adjust this. Huh. Never mind. Okay. I'm just gonna have to move this now. I'm just gonna have to move this because it's not my Alright. Alright, so these are the levels that I'm seeing right now on the QQQs and on the SPY. I'm looking, if we're going to the upside, I'm looking past this into this zone here. And if we're looking to the downside, then I'd say down here to the going further down. Let's look at the 30-minute and see what it's looking like. I don't know. I'm thinking we could possibly from here on the 1 hour, or this is a 30-minute. From what I'm seeing a bounce off of this level here. A bounce off of this level, come back down, and come back up. Encountered unrecoverable error. Wow, it just shut me out of Fidelity. Jeez, man. Oh
Goodness.
Yeah, so I really don't know. Like,
Well, we know they had issues yesterday.
yeah, we know that, but see, the thing is, I pay. Well, yeah, you're right. And this right here costs, like for this setup that I have,
Mm-hmm.
it was about, I'd say close to 5K.
Wow.
Okay, let's see if I can get this to pull back up again. It's not showing the right. There it is. All right, we're looking. Let's go to the options chain here. Options chain, and of course it's not going to open it up because oh, there it is. Okay. All right, 6 and 6 roll. I'm looking here. So we're looking at. I want to look at 445s real quick and see where they're at. 445s. I'm guessing those are the actual prices right now. I'm not so sure because they do change as soon as market opens. They do change.
Yeah.
But I want to see. Okay, so 6 and 6, 6 up here. So I want to look for the best bang for your buck and the one that actually moves. We don't want to go out to the ones that cost $1, $2. Not yet
Right.
because we don't know. But I do like the $20 ones or the $10, just depending on how the bid and ask, how they move. If they move, if they move accordingly between here, and then there's another movement between here and here, we want to look for something around these areas where it's actually moving, which means when these are moving actually rapidly, it means that the candles or that there's buying pressure to that side, right? When they move drastically. I can't see no. Well, this is the open interest for today. We just don't see the volume because the market is not open yet. So
Right.
it's just a waiting game right now, really, And it's
Exactly.
very frustrating when we can't actually see what's going on behind, and I'm pretty sure they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can see well who's ordering right now, who's putting their orders in and stuff like that.
Yeah, I believe that as well.
But anyways, yeah. So my what I'm seeing today is I want to see
Yeah.
an upside movement for today. So that's what I want to see. I want to look for the lowest. So my entry for today would be I'm gonna try to catch I want to try to catch this downside. Let's put a regional.
Hey man, I'm gonna swap my chair out. I'll be right back.
You're good.
All right.
All right, guys. So today what I'm seeing is on the 1 hour, if we can get the MACDs to cross if we can get a bounce off that 1 hour on the MACD, we can possibly go to the upside. And I'm looking at targets at uh, first target would be 445 or 442, 443, and 445, all the way up to all the way up to 455.40 in options calls. And for futures, it would be I want to see movements all the way up here to this support resistance area. Support or resistance though. Let's see. Up here. So if we're looking at options, guys, we're looking at hold on. Oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. I hate switching between back and forth on these things. All right. We're looking at options, guys. We're looking at see, if where we can get our best bang for our buck. So I'm looking at these right here, and I want to see movements. When we get aggressive buying, you can see that the pricing and the bid and the ask, they move accordingly with the candles. So aggressive buying, these start to move. There's a section between here and here that move aggressively, and then you get the next one, and then the next one, a certain section. Now you don't want to go far out. I don't like buying these. Um, let's see. I don't like buying the tens, the eights, seven, sixes, and the twos because these right here, if you buy out the money calls and it doesn't go there, the out the money, and you're pretty much going to lose everything. And it's very hard to sell these contracts. Like nobody's going to buy these. So you want to get into something that like I like the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. I like this area right here where you can get your most bang for your buck. So pretty much I like to buy with $500 and get $3,000 back instead of buying here next to the strike price, spending $549 or spending $1,000 and getting just $100 back. I don't like doing that. That's just stupid. Um, so I like going out here and messing with the $20 ones all the way up to $100. That's it. This range right here. And if it's really good, and if I see something really good, I like to get into $10 and the 15s. right here, but nothing less than $10 because there's just never no telling where it's going to go. Um, but yeah, that's the way I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at the 443s, 445s, 446 and up. And for SPY, I am looking at um, down movements. I'm looking at 510, 509. Up movements, I'm looking at 523, 524, 525, all the way up to 531 for SPY. So if you're going to get into calls, I'll be looking for the zones to mark your little areas with whatever you can with your zones, however you do them. Um, but I look at the technicals and I try to look for reversals. So I don't really like to mark these areas either way. So, and if I do start doing this with both futures and uh, the Fidelity account with NinjaTrader Fidelity, it tends to start crashing on me. So I don't want to work on both apps. Let's see. Let's go back to futures. Let's see. I haven't seen any news, so I don't know what's going on out in the world. Have you seen
A little bit
anything?
of a little bit of panic out there from the hurricane. Obviously, I don't know if you. Well, I guess you didn't catch the airstrike from Hezbollah this morning, or from Hamas.
Hmm.
Um, they injured 5 civilians in Israel. They are
So
some concerns over that.
my question is to that regarding that. I
Mhm.
don't know of how I don't know how that how does the market react to that if with these things going on, how does the market react to those kind of attacks? Are we going to see people like going to sell off, or how does that work from your from what you know?
I would think, when the media starts broadcasting stuff like fears of World War III breaking out in the Middle East.
Hmm.
Um, Obviously, you have the hurricane here. They're hyping that up. It doesn't seem to be as bad as they thought it was going to be. The tornado warnings have ceased. Um, but I think I hate using the word gaslight. I can't stand using the word because everybody does. But that's what you're doing when you're telling people there's going to be World War III in the Middle East. Um, America's also sending some military equipment over there, and I'm sure that's going to affect the military-industrial complex and the markets that are part of that, or the
Hmm.
stocks that are part of that. We're sending a few American-made F-16s over there. I think there might be a Raptor over there.
Hmm.
We have a ton of Navy personnel surrounding the area, so I assume that's going to affect those stocks as money's being ramped up for our preparation in case something does, in
Pop off.
fact, it does in fact
Yeah,
pop off.
yeah, yep.
It's looking more ominous every day.
Yep. Well,
Um,
from my standpoint of view, from the technical side, from what I'm seeing especially with these wicks, I'm seeing and how much the what is the stochastics are doing and the MACDs. I'm seeing that even on the let me look at Weeble. I like using Weeble a lot, man. Um, even at on a daily chart, we're getting a lot of down pressure. You know,
mhm.
there's a lot of fear since when was it? Since
Well, when Warren
last
Buffett,
minute.
yeah, well, you had last week with the unemployment rate really
Hmm.
affected the market. And then, everybody's seeing Warren Buffett make the move, and the news saying that Warren Buffett is now sitting on $300 million instead of having it invested. So
Yeah,
I think that sent up antenna for everybody, and they might also be holding cash versus holding positions right now.
yeah, yeah. And as far as that, like I said yesterday, as as somebody as a retail trader, I think that people would be right now would be stupid enough to buy in the dip. Like it might not. Well, there's people that are saying that are stupid. Some people are saying that it's not. I really don't know, but we do get these guys that do buy the dip. And it's kind of like one of those things that you have to be careful on, buying in those general areas. But you never know. You never know if the market might go straight up to, um, from buying the dip. So
Yeah, yeah, and it depends on how calculated you are with what you decide to invest in.
yep.
Also, of course, there's a ton of flights already canceled to that whole region, so keep that in mind when it comes to your airlines.
hmm
Um, they'll be losing out as well.
What kind of airlines are going over there either way? Is it?
I would think United's over there. Um,
Yeah, that's the kind of information that if we're gonna, I believe if people are gonna trade in, if they're gonna trade like equities, and just buying at a full share, buying the full share at its price,
mhm.
and you want to buy in, you want to buy the news, which I see a lot of people do. They say that the news is important. Yes, the news is very important. Also, too, we have algorithms playing the game as well.
Right.
And I go by what I see at that day, at that time, at that moment. I read the technicals because that's the data that I'm reading.
Yep.
Um, but I forgot where I was going with this. But um, so
I think you may have been trying to say that when you maybe combine those two together, you have to keep an eye on the news
yeah,
as well as watch the technicals.
yep,
But to your point earlier, you're hoping to see that dip, but you don't know at what point the news might get worse and that it just keeps going down. Then you bought the dip and it's not actually your dip.
yeah, yeah.
That's the
So
danger of watching the news.
right, so with that being said, oh, I remember now. So with that being said, uh, there's different kind of versions of how to trade, and I've seen the master. He trades the news. He loves trading the news, and that's what I see. Um, because you can get with just trading news. The master he was talking about how someone put in 10K and made what was it? Over $180,000 just off of
Right.
10K, and that was the
Right.
time. I remember that time. It was last year, and it was Nvidia. Nvidia
Yeah.
was about to pop off, and that's when it happened, man. And it just kept going up and up and up, and it was just uncertainty on how far it was going to go. But man, sure enough, it went way up there. Um, there's also technical, data analysts, technical analysts, and stuff like that. I would consider myself as one of those. I really don't like getting into the news, man, because that's just really more strain to my brain. But it's very useful to know what's going on in the world, so that way that it can give you an idea of what the world is. If there's fear, if there's greed, that'll give you an idea of whether or not to be bullish or bearish. Um, so
Absolutely. And on that exact note, I think another fear, I meant to mention this, was not just Warren Buffett pulling out a large portion of his stock from Apple that everybody has seen, but basically to a room full of people almost laughing at him in what 2000 was it 2006 or 2008, whenever the .com bubble burst.
hmm
Warren Buffett called that 6 months in advance. Warren Buffett is also saying right now there's been a huge overinvestment in AI in a lot of these companies.
hmm
And he's predicting an AI burst, much like the .com burst. And I believe him saying that is also affecting people that invest and having them, you know, retract a little bit from where they were, um, fearing that he's going to be right again, as
you
he
know what
usually
I
is.
you know what I think about that? I think since this motherfucker has so much money, I think this dude is getting information just by paying these insiders or whatever, and them telling them, yeah, that and he's getting all this information, which is why he knows what he knows. Money talks, man.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable what money can do, man. It really is. But money does talk,
Yeah,
and with that kind of money, companies will spill the beans. You know.
absolutely. If you have the means to bail them out of something, they would definitely like to help you out too.
Yep.
Yeah, a little dual back scratching there.
Yep. Being a
Um,
little nice to each other.
yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about, is looking out for the other. I think that's illegal in some places, but not with.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but we'll never know that. We'll
No,
never know.
I think there's something they say about don't trust a politician who became a millionaire. Trust someone who's a millionaire then became a politician.
All right, let's see. All right, the market is open. Let's see
That's
what
it.
happens. Let's see what happens. Market is open. Let's get it. Make some money. All right, so look for those levels from that downside. Uh,
Yep.
look for those levels. I do only do trade just QQQs, and sometimes I trade SPY. Not really, but I do sometimes. But um, let's just see what happens here. 1 second. Let's see if I can get in. I'm gonna try to get in here if I can get in. Not here. This is just. I'm gonna try to get in on the downside. If I can get in down here, I will. Too early on right now. Let's look at the 1 hour. We just need that bounce off that 1 hour, and then we'll be golden. See, this is that 1 minute right here. This is the 1 minute. Let's see. All right, so let me. I'm gonna zoom in into the fidelity chart and see what's going on.
Hmm.
Let's see. We're starting to get some buying pressure, y'all.
We've also got a Democratic VP running mate or presidential running mate as a VP.
It didn't get me in. Damn it. Okay. We're starting to run up. Let's get I don't want to get in too late. I want to wait. See if there's a pullback. If there's not, then I'm gonna get in early, or kind of too early, maybe. Let me look at the 10. No.
Wow.
I'm gonna wait. I don't. We don't want to rush this. We don't want to. What stocks are you going into, right? Are you looking at today? So you can
Um,
give these people an idea of what you do.
so it's looking like we've got the inclement weather rolling in and already here. That I'm looking at energy stocks on that.
Mhm.
The airlines, as I mentioned earlier, it looks like a few of them are starting to tank. Looks like Delta's gonna go down a little bit. Looks like Boeing is in the same boat.
Mhm.
United will probably end up in the same boat. Um, of course, Apple, as we discussed earlier, Apple is a good one to grab some shorts or
Mhm.
some puts on that one because it's going down.
Mhm.
Thanks to our buddy Warren. Um, and yeah, like I said, the different energy companies, um, you're going to see that go up likely around the southeast, Duke Energy, stuff like that, in preparation for what's taking place here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duke Energy right now is, it's looks like it might be trending up. We have to check our numbers on it, but they're also increasing their dividends as well, so that might drive up the desire to grab some Duke Energy.
Yeah. Man, we don't see. Uh-oh. That's a lot of selling pressure right there, man.
I don't know if you caught me mentioning that there's the vice president, or excuse me, Kamala Harris has selected a running mate. So I'm wondering again, you see news like that, a big political move, people react to stuff like that.
Yeah, yep.
Um,
I'm gonna see if we can get this up movement. If not, I'm gonna get out of this trade. Um, from what I'm seeing, I'm confident this thing is gonna go up. I am, but there's just never no telling, you know.
of course, of course.
See what happens. This thing is I shouldn't be in. Let's see if I should set a stop loss, but let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get this bounce back up.
Where did you land on that one for a call?
I would if I was gonna do a call, I would do it at 4. Let's see.
444.
4. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna get out here soon. I would do. I would wait for this drop for a little bit, and then I would call it at around 448. I would do a call 448. Oh yeah, I would do a call at 448.
Who else is moving today?
Hmm. For some reason, it just looks very odd because this thing is like not really moving like I thought it would.
Honestly, a lot of stocks, I don't see huge jumps in many of them.
Yeah, I got in way too early, man. Let's see if this thing goes back up, man.
Let's see who else is moving today. Interesting.
That's Come on, jump up.
Yeah, DQ's having a good morning. Daco New Energy.
Mm,
And yeah, Duke Duke naturally is on the rise, as predicted.
nice. Come on, be nice to me today. Be nice to me today.
Need some new pair of shoes. Come on now.
I know, right? I need ramen noodles. uh,
That's breakfast of champions.
yeah. So yeah, I would do 448. Like I would just wait for a confirmation first, and then let's see. Right now it's just kind of like right in the middle. It hasn't really made a decision yet. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm watching the mobile app.
But I am seeing, like I said, on the 10 minute, I do want to see an up movement, but you just never know. It really depends on the pressure. It really depends on that pressure.
Yeah, that one is kind of playing games this morning.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Duke Energy, man, get after it.
Mm.
Yeah, looks like Apple is continuing to fall pretty hard too.
Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're falling pretty hard. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens on this.
Yeah, I mean, are you down on it right now?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm down $316. I'm way down. Yeah.
Outstanding.
I know, right? But hey, man, it's a risk, man. It's a risk that you got
That's
to take.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, no risk, no reward, man. That's
Yeah.
definitely the phrase of
I'm
the
gonna
day.
see. I want to see if there is a bounce back up though. I want to see that bounce off that 1 hour. We're almost close to it too. If you look at I think let's look at Google. Google sold off. Um, yeah, Google sold off like crazy. Google's the one that I had my eye on today because
Oh, really?
yeah, if you look at Google, we have two wicks to the downside at 149. And I was like, yeah, this thing was probably going to go down there, but I didn't want to. Let me see. Tesla's drop hard too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, they had that huge recall like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they recalled 1.85 million vehicles for.
Or was that because, or when they do the recalls, it's just in like an air update, right?
Yeah, the situation with that car was the the hood being open indicator was not, I guess, lighting up on the dashboard to let you know your hood was popped.
Yeah.
but it was affecting obviously a ton of vehicles. So no one wants a hood popping up going down the road.
Yeah, yeah. Look at the. All right, so the put side and the call side. I'm gonna go back to this.
Yeah, Apple's taking that hit.
We're having. Oh gosh. All right, so both sides are equal to each other. Let's see.
I'm seeing some bouncing over here. Not uh, not with the QQQ, but
Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing a lot of open interest of let's see, on the put side on Qs at 420s.
really, wow,
You know,
that's
and yeah, 420s, and then at calls, that there's a lot of calls at 440s. A lot of open interest, and the volume
yeah,
on that is 10,000.
yeah, that's pretty strong.
So really just depends on what if this can climb back up drastically. Like if this thing can climb back up, like I would get into a short to the on the upside. If it moves like really fast to the upside now, then I would go short on the upside.
I like it.
Let's see. Oh, also too, I do have FFIE calls for
Okay,
2026. Um,
nice.
that's kind of one of those things that I looked into, and I know it's like a shitty company, like they don't really have a lot of sales and stuff like that. But you never know when an EV company might just pop up and and people go crazy over stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah. I
even
think
spend I didn't even spend a lot. I only spent like $100 for eight contracts.
wow. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I had Rivian as a stock to watch back in 2020.
Yeah,
So
I was watching that as well.
yeah,
And I was actually watching what Fisker, is that what it's called?
yeah,
Fisker, and I was watching all those, man. And then I don't know, I just fell out of love for them.
yeah. I was checking out
And
a.
I was doing a Lucid as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. One of them filed for bankruptcy, didn't they?
That was I don't know. I know FFIE did a reverse stock split, and that really messed me up, man.
Yeah, I
They
had a
took
couple.
all my money, every bit of it, except for like $40. But that's the first reverse stock split that I ever done, and I didn't know what it was, and I just held on to it, and I was like, man, I don't know, this kind of sounds kind of odd, but I was like, fuck.
Yeah, yeah. I've been caught up in that storm once before or twice before.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I'm looking at that 1 hour, man. I'm trying to things to hurry up. Things not really moving, man. We see a lot of we see a lot of option buyers or a lot of call buyers right here. You see that? When you see these moving
Yeah,
up higher, the volume, look how the volume is moving up.
yep.
Where they're buying in these contracts right here.
Yeah,
They're
you call it, yeah, the
buying,
440 and the 445.
yeah,
Man. So they're thinking it's going to hit the floor about now.
I don't know, but the put side is rising too. On the put side, you have 11,000.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're covering their bases.
Yeah,
It's probably exactly what that is.
let's see.
Well, you don't lose too much. Hey, check the group, man.
Okay. What does that mean?
Um,
Like
I'm
some of that stuff that they say, I just don't understand.
I'm with you on that. I try to keep up sometimes too, and I have to tell
Yeah.
them, I'm like, dude, I don't know, I don't know what you mean. Elaborate.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're saying, well, the stock they mentioned right there is falling right now.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're saying, based off that statement, that if it's only half complete, that's about to get worse.
Mhm. Something's about to get worse.
I mean,
And I hope I don't. I hope it's not what I'm thinking it is.
unraveling is never really a positive
Yeah.
thing.
Ah. Come on. Carry it. But yeah, man. A lot of stuff that goes on in the group, man. I just don't understand. I mean, these guys have been in it for the longest time.
Yeah,
Um, and I've been more of a I've been in it for like 4 years, but I've been in and out, and that's because military and stuff like that.
yep,
And just recently, I've been just doing just TA, technical analysis and stuff like that. Like this whole past year, I dedicate not this year, but this whole past last year, I dedicated my whole like life to just figuring out the settings that I gave you, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, man.
Which I mean is a great setup and has shown to be lucrative in most cases.
Hmm.
I think it's hard to predict people's behavior right this minute.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And that's the kind
Yeah,
of thing that people don't understand. Like the markets don't just people make a change too, man. You got whales coming in at any second. This could have dropped way below. Like QQQs can go to 300 just like that.
sure.
It only takes one button, one click of a button, and that's it.
Yeah, you could have made a little bit in Duke Energy on some options this morning. They're up, you know, a few percent, but if you'd have got in there in an options, that'd have been a
Yeah.
decent little stack.
Yeah, I'm limited right now to do options, man, because I put in whatever I had left over, in my from what I get monthly, and I'm trying to do this here, trying to do my section for futures, and then once I start making money from here, transfer over to options.
Gotcha.
That way I have two things going on. But see, the thing is, I can't trade two things at the same. I can, but it's very hard to manage doing futures and doing options.
Yeah, I'd recommend doing a mobile version of options. Um, just to reduce any latency, because really you can kind of dabble in your options.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you can obviously you can get so much more for cheap.
Do you remember?
Yeah,
So you remember the option call out that I was just doing not too long ago? You told me which ones you were looking at.
yeah,
Look at the queues right now.
yeah. 448.
I would do the 448. Let's see. I'm looking at 15. Hmm. But yeah, man. This stuff is very interesting, man. To see, what happens, and it's so easy to make so much money on this, man. But the risks are so high. You know,
Yeah,
everybody thinks like this is a rich, quick scheme kind of thing, man. But it's not. It's really like you just manage your stuff carefully and just be right. You have to be. It's 50-50, bro. All the time, 50-50.
yeah. Which is why sticking to the phrase of trusting the process and
Mhm.
keeping your take your money when you get it. Don't be greedy. Don't stay in too long.
Yeah.
Those types of SOPs are what keep you ahead of the game as much as possible. To your point, it's always 50-50. But if you try to be diligent with keep your rules consistent. Like I said, grab your cash when you can, get out. If you're
Mhm.
starting to see too much of a tank, go ahead and just don't take that huge loss. If you get knocked on the chin a little bit, that's one thing, but don't just sit there and
And just watch your life go
yeah,
away.
yeah, keep your fingers crossed as the kid's college tuition goes out the window.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing when it comes to like casinos and stuff. People there are similarities. I don't think this is gambling as much as an actual casino,
Mhm.
um, because you can follow technicals and you can analyze data. But the same concept applies. You can't just stay there and take that loss all day long, man. You gotta
Yeah.
walk away sometimes, oftentimes. Let's see what else. Yeah, so that DQ is slowly going, man. It's up about 5.5%. It was up 6.
Mhm.
It's not bad.
Yeah. I'm
It's only
watching this.
$16. Yeah, so you get a ton of that stuff for options.
Yeah. Let's see. Hmm. Oh my gosh, I hate this waiting. Just get it over with and just pop up.
Just make some moves.
Yeah. It did
Yeah,
go up
it
a
is.
little bit over my. I should have gotten out up up on the section that I do have. Um, I think we might be seeing that upside. I mean, like, look at that big ass green candle. See it?
I do see it.
That green candle, man. We just needed to come all the way up here to 445s. Oh shit. Oh man. It's already 10 o'clock. Doesn't
Yeah,
seem
one.
like not really big moves today, you know?
I just think there's so much uncertainty right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. If you're a person that has the money to invest and this is something you're doing, you are watching the news, you are seeing, you probably are fearful of what's going to take place,
Mhm.
um, and I think you're seeing people wanting to get into a cash reserve, just based on what we were just saying. If you are fearful this market's going to fall on its face, and there's some indicators saying it might,
Mhm.
um, rather than sit there and take that hit and lose your 401k or whatever it might be, I think people are pulling back some, having some cash reserve, so they don't lose all that.
Yeah.
Then they can turn right back around, and when the skies clear a little bit, put that money back in at the hopefully in a dip. Looks like you got man. It's like it wants to run up.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it. I want to wait for it, but if it can't hold this level here, if it can't go above that level, I'm gonna have to get out, man. You know, take a
Yeah,
little loss or something. I feel confident though that it's gonna go up. I do. I'm looking at the 10 minute and I'm seeing it here. It's upside movement. I am.
there you go.
I'm seeing the upside movement, man. That's what I'm. But it's like it has to go across these levels here.
Yeah, it just okay. All right.
It just needs that push. It just needs that push.
Yeah, it's waiting on it, man. Come on, 440. Now you hoping for an indicator to send it all the way up to the 448. What are you what are you watching?
I'm watching right now. I'm looking at the 10 minute on Weeble, and I'm watching the ROC crossover. I mean, everything is pointing to the upside. So um, I would also check on the 1 minute. And the 1 minute, the MACD is above. It's on its bullish side on the 1 minute on the Weeble,
Yeah,
and as long as it's above that level, I think we should be good. And if you're looking at the 3 minute and the 5 minute, hold on, let me see. If you're looking at 3 minute, we have this spacing here. I'm thinking that we can still possibly be going up. It just depends on what you know. It's just time, man. It just takes a little time and a little patience and see what it does. See, look at the 2 minute. We have the spacing here, and it looks like we still have aggressive buying here. The volume.
yeah, yeah. I'm seeing that too. It's chasing it.
It is. I called it out, man, too. The problem is that I don't know how far it's going to go down.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I really just don't know.
What?
What happened?
I'm just listening to the news on some policies of our potential candidates.
Oh,
I don't want to get political on here.
I'm out. I got
Hey,
out at $7.76. I mean,
hey, that's what that isn't.
that's a
It isn't a
win. I mean,
loss.
I know
Yeah.
it's a win. It's a win. A win is a win, man.
Yep. Some words I live by, man. If you saw $7 on the ground, would you stop and pick it up?
Fuck yeah.
I know I would. I'm not a I'm not John Rockefeller where I can drop a 20 and just keep going.
Let's see that 10.
Yeah,
Again.
I think it's crazy how they're trying to tighten up emissions on gasoline vehicles. It's like, man,
Hmm.
coming from being a technician, dude, like the level of emissions standards that we have in cars right now is already insane.
Yeah.
And it's not new cars coming off the line that are the cause of emissions. It's old cars in states that don't have emissions inspections.
Yeah.
Those are really causing the damage. It's not your brand new Lexus that's out there polluting the environment, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, touch that 440.
Are you in 440?
No,
No.
no, I didn't grab them.
But see, I was.
Bam, 440 hit it.
Yep.
That was it.
I called it. Hey, look at the 448s. They're at .46 now.
Bring it up for me, if you don't mind, sir.
Okay. Let's get it. Bam. They're at four. With the 448s, they're at .447. Look at that. Look at that, man. That's a beauty. What
Mm.
a beauty. What a beauty. I'm up $93. I'm up 93. Let's switch back. I'm up 93. I'm up 100. I'm currently at 1,017 bucks.
My man.
I should have gotten down here. I should have waited, man, but I always get in too early. That's my problem too. It's like I know where it's gonna go, but it's like I just don't know where the bottom is. I'm too scared to get in.
I feel you. When you were fearful, you already got in too late.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Come on a little bit.
Come on, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, make me at least $1,100. 1,100. Let's go. I'm up 1,030 something.
Chase it, baby. Chase it. You got it, what,
Let's go. I'm
445?
out. I'm out.
There we go.
120 bucks, man. 120.
Love it.
That's a win, man. That's a
That's a
win.
big one, man.
Yeah. Especially for I started out at 800, went back down to the 300 and something, went back up to 800, and now I'm up to 1,000.
My man.
So for the weekly P&L, I'm at $475.88.
To the good.
Yeah, yep, yep.
Hell yeah.
I mean, realistically, when you have when you have $1,000, realistically, you should be doing one contract, especially for futures. You should be doing one contract, and that's it,
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it makes the math easy on that 1,000 too.
Yeah.
Get you.
You know what I like to do though? I like to get on here and then get off at 11, and then later on, whenever I see that it might have a reversal, then I like to get in again on the phone.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff, man.
Yeah. That's a good strategy. So I think you played it pretty well, man, because now it's hovering to that 440 for a second.
Yeah. Now I'm just waiting. I'm gonna see if I'll get in again somewhere here. I'm just waiting on that 1 minute. So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at a 1 minute right now. Okay. Let's
Yep.
look at it. Let's look at this 1 minute right here.
Let's see.
Look at that. We have. If this crosses over, then we should be getting a downside. But if you're looking at the 5 minutes, we still have an opening, which means, now pay attention, which means that if we can get this thing to come on down, I'm going to go and look for another up position because we are going to still be moving up. That's how I'm looking at things. Now we just have to wait. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to wait. Maybe that 21. Hold on. Got in. Get out here in a minute. Sold it. I'm at $130 for today.
Nice.
130. Oh, and I can tell that this is messing up the Ninja Trader.
Is
I
it?
can tell yeah, because the line, when it messes up, it starts to turn orange, and that means that there's too much going on.
Too much activity with the site.
Yeah, too much. I mean, there's way too much. Look, all right, look. Can you see this? It looks like, and look, the stochastics. If you put on a stochastic on your
I see the
Webull,
crossover down there.
yeah, do you do on the
I
bottom?
see. Yeah. I see the signal, the crossover.
What about you don't see my stochastics though?
I don't. No. I do not see that.
Okay. If you look on the stochastics, it looks like we're gonna have a reversal here sometime. It really just depends if we can get this crossover right here. If we can't get this crossover here and it bounces off, then we're probably just gonna keep going up. Just like when I looked at the 5 minute, the 5 minutes telling me it's gonna go up. I wanted to come back down here again, realistically. I wanted to come back down here, and so that way we can get that big movement up. See what happens. All right, we got it coming down. You see that? We got it coming down. We're getting that crossover. We're starting to get that crossover here. And if you have a stochastics on, look at the stochastic on Webull, and you're going to see that it's going to look like this. But the entry for the for the downside would be here. That's what it's showing me on the stochastic. Would be right
Right.
here. The confirmation would be right here. The confirmation for the downside would be here. But it just depends. It depends on what happens if we get aggressive sellers here. So you would have to realistically, you would have to if you got in here, you have to put a stop loss right here. You know, right
Mm-hmm.
on this level right there. So now we're heading on down. Let's get it. Looking at that 1 hour.
And
So
what are you
so
hoping
it
to see here?
do what?
What are you hoping to see here that's going to cause you to jump back in?
What's going to cause me to jump back in would be okay. So you have that 1 minute right here. I'm going to wait for this 1 minute. Let's see if we can get this 1 minute to come back down a little bit close to the zero. Uh, I'm just going to say the zero. I want to
Mm-hmm.
see this cross back over again. I want to see the MACDs cross over and back to the upside.
Okay.
That's what I want to see. But on the 5 minute, if you look at the 5 minute, we still have this spread here. We still have this spread here, and it's telling me look at the volume in the backside. Do you see those blue lines?
I do.
The value we still have volume here. That means we still have aggressive buyers. So that means the problem here that I'm like I said before, I don't know where it's going to stop, right?
Right.
So I want to see what I'm looking at. This is the 1 minute. I'm looking at the stochastics. When I go down, when the stochastics go down, it looks like this. It goes down, and I want to see it close to like -10. Um, and I want to see that crossover on the stochastics facing upwards. Then that would be my initial let me get back in kind of thing.
Okay.
Or anywhere up here, like this pretty much just tells you like a confirmation entry. The stochastic pretty much tells you like a pre-entry kind of thing, you know.
Sure.
And a VWAP right now, VWAP is at 437.85. So that's like a magnet. So I want to see that come all the way down here. Now, if it goes below VWAP, and it holds below VWAP, then we are going short. We're going to the downside.
Gotcha.
Um, that's how I'm seeing it right now. I'm gonna put a MACD on the thing. I don't know how to MACD put it back though. Let's put a Mac. I got a MACD on this one. Yep. How come on the 10 minute?
Got ourselves a little storm happening here.
They're still getting hit in Florida, huh?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's raining. It's raining here right now. We're supposed to get rocked over the next 2 days, I think.
Oh, really?
3 days, yeah.
MACD. Oh, look at that bounce back up, man. We're still on the to the upside. This is still bullish right here. The 1 minute is still bullish. I should realistically be getting in. Yeah, man, I lost this move. I mean, 130 is good for today. You know,
Yeah.
it's really good for today. But I wanna. All right, so let's look at the. Let me see. Let me go back to. There we go. So you see this? It came back down here. Came back down, and it pivoted. It pivoted right here. And on stochastics, it looks like it's the same. Now, if we can get that crossover on the stochastics to the upside, on the
Hmm.
bottom, then I'm getting in again.
Like it.
But I'm gonna wait for a little. Right now, this is crucial right here. I would not get into longs because it's 50-50. It could not like it can like reach up here, right here, and then just drop on down. So I'm not gonna go in just yet. I'm just gonna wait. I want to see what happens. I'm out. $144. Let's go. 144. So right now for my weekly P&L, I'm at 499.90.
Nice.
499.90. It's quick entry, man. Quick scout. I gotta watch my stream. I can hear you in the stream, so that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so now my stochastic crossed over. We are in the upside trend here. There's still a spacing here, so I'm not seeing no movement to the downside just yet. I do want to wait to see if we do get a little bit on the 1 minute, but the stochastics did cross over, so we just need a confirmation on here. All right, so the stochastic crossed over right here. They crossed over here on this big line, this big wick. So you could have gotten in here in this big wick, and if you went in pre, you know. But see, look,
Yep.
look at that, look at that. It's going back up. Let's see if my shit actually works. Because it crossed over on the downside on the stochastics, and we need a confirmation here on the MACDs on the signals. We need a confirmation. So let's see if we actually get a confirmation and actually work. Man. See what happens. See what happens.
Don't you do it.
Yeah. Now just remember, this is the 1 minute. We're still bullish. This is still on the upside, right? Now look at the 5 minute. We're still bullish. Look, we still have this huge spread here. We can still move up. Let's look at a 10 minute.
Yeah, it's pretty
On the
massive.
10 minute, yeah, we're coming up. Those stochastics though, they're really spread. Oh, you can't see that though on the 10 minute. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the 5 then. On the 5, we can see this spread here. Now it can come back down. Now this line, the red line that you see here, this red signal line, I know you can only see this tip of it right here.
Yeah.
But when this MACD line comes back down and hits this red line, it could be down here. From what I'm seeing, this red signal line is like down here somewhere. For some reason, I can figure that out because I mean I've seen this stuff over and over again so many times to where like yeah okay this is like a level right here where this crossover is at. I look at the crossover here and I'm like okay here's a level right here so I'm gonna make a level. This is a level right there. Because it's a zone. I'm just gonna call it zone because we bounced right here. This is a zone. We bounced. We came in.
Yeah.
We bounced
It
up.
is.
Bounced. Came in. Bounced up. Bounced. This is like a little fake out, and then it broke through. Bam. We're right here. This is another zone right here. So another zone. We're in a zone right there.
Yeah, you're right. It's consistent with the previous uptrend as well.
Yep. So now we got to see if it breaks this zone here, or if it can break on above, and it has to go above this level right here. It has to go above here. It has to.
Got you.
So that's how I do my analysis, on these kind of things, and I look at my TA, my
Now,
MACDs and stuff like that.
Now the line you just set there, the number beside it is 1,826, or no, 18,260. Excuse me. What is this referencing over here on the right side?
Which one right here?
So just the whole, I guess it's opposite for you. The whole right side where you have a range of the
These
grid at the
not
very top is
yeah
18,380.
yeah. This is for the futures. The futures. I guess numbers or however they call it. The price. I don't know if they're prices, but these. Let's see. Hold on. Give me one.
Just
Let
curious
me
what
let
it
me
is.
look it up right quick.
When it is it today's volume?
On the right side, no. This is not the volume. This is the actual, like, let's say like an Nvidia stock is 520, right? This is pretty
Right.
much for the Nasdaq, for the NQ. That this is, I guess, their pricing or their level or somehow. What?
I'm just curious as what it might be. Nvidia's having a good morning. Looks like
How high is Nvidia?
it's up
Hold
about
on, let's
3.4%.
$3. It's up $3. Let's look at the 10 minute. We're still on the upside, so I would get in longs to the upside on Nvidia. If I would wait for it to consolidate, to come back down a little bit. Let's check out the 1 minute. Okay, the 1 minute is coming back down, right? The 5 minute, we're still going back up. So yeah, I would get into longs for Nvidia. I would go for 107s for Nvidia.
Yeah, I like that.
And then for the Qs, I'm gonna wait for the Qs to come back down. Let's go to the this here. I'm gonna wait till it comes back down to VWAP. If it does, then I'll get into longs again. Or I can just scalp from here. I can just scalp my longs. But
Yeah,
I mean, I'm good with 144. I think that's a win. You know.
absolutely.
I do like this setup though. I mean, I just wish my screens would change every time I switched over to a different screen.
Oh, on your end,
Yeah.
is there not a hotkey for that?
I can't. I don't know. I can't. I haven't figured it out.
I
Show
think there
additional
is.
setting. The only thing it says, show additional settings is capture cursor. That's it. You know what I think I do need is one of those paper, not paper buttons, the button studio switcher thing, mixer or something to
Gotcha.
switch over screens instead of going in here and clicking here.
Yeah, because you have these on different monitors at your house, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So targets are at 445 for the Qs. So if you look at 445, 445s cost $92. Let me switch over to Fidelity. All right, so 995s are at $91 per contract. Now, if we look at who's changing the mostly, it's these. It's $26. So I would be like, okay, well, you know what? I want to get some 449 calls, and they're still aggressive buyers. We have a lot of volume at right at this level at 440s is 35,000, and the open interest is 7,212. Now this is rising 30,000. The 445s are they're rising. Look at that. See that?
I do.
These things are rising. Now I'm seeing on the 5 minute, on the let's see, on the 10 minute, we had this big opening right here on the stochastic. Oh, sorry. Now let me switch back. We had this big opening right here on the MACDs. Oh, y'all can't even see that. Jeez. Let me go back.
Yeah, not quite.
We still have this big opening, this big spread right here, which means, look at that, we have volume. We still
Yeah,
have
you,
volume right here on the bull side.
yeah,
So it doesn't matter, even if it does matter, entry points, it does matter. But on a technical side, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, well, all right, so we got this big volume coming in. Yes, we're having some sellers. Know your zones, get in at a cheap price, and then run it back up because we're still bull here.
yeah.
We're still on the upside. Let's look at the 1 minute. 1 minute we're coming down. Okay, let's just wait. Once we get a crossover on the MACD on the 1 minute and it's above the bull side, I'm going to enter long because that's giving me a confirmation that we're still moving up, and even still on the 5 minute we're still up, on the upside. So that means no matter what, this thing is going to move up unless something bad happens. If we get a big FU candle, then that's a whole different story. So we got about 30 minutes. We got about 30 minutes, guys. Um, we got about 30 minutes, and I'd say the last 5 minutes I'm going to review on what I see for the rest of the day, and then me and Q will be getting off at 11. So yeah, that's the plan right now. All right, so let me switch back over to the Fidelity. We're watching. Oh, also to pay attention to these levels, guys. So look at this. SPY ran up all the way. It was getting close to its 526. This level up here. It was getting close to that level. Same thing with that means if this reached already close to this level, that means we could possibly not even reach up to here. Reach up to the Qs at 445. We can possibly not even reach up there. Now we can possibly come back down on the SPY. We can come back down through 410. Just depends. If SPY goes down, it's VWAP and it holds its VWAP. That means we're going to continue down on the Qs. That's what I'm seeing right now. As of right now, I do not know. It might not happen, but that's what I'm seeing. So let's just wait and see what happens. You gotta really time this, man. You gotta really pay attention to the technicals, and it's more of a you gotta be quick. You gotta be in there.
Yeah, in and out like a fast food restaurant.
Yep. We do have somebody watching. I just don't know who it is. Hold on.
Well,
Oh, Ector is on. Okay, Ector is on. What up, Ector? Yeah, he's been watching for a while now.
That's what's up, man.
Oh, the other guys just left. Everybody else. There was about like 20 something people.
Well, once you get back on the consistent tick and start showing that the numbers make sense,
Yep.
I'm sure people will be attracted to it again.
Yep. But like I said, like I'm showing you in the way that I'm telling you stuff, in the way I'm the way that I'm reading these technicals. I'm kind of I kind of seem like I'm pretty good at it, like calling these things out.
Yeah, and breaking down why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah. All right. So I'm still seeing. Let's see. Right now, we do have a. It did cross over. You can see that on the 2 minute chart. Crossed over to the downside. I see it on the stochastics as well. So we probably might be moving down. We see a crossover here on the 3 minute as well. So I would wait for a confirmation. On the 5 minute, it's still going up. On the 10 minute, we still have a spread. It really just matters on what happens. Like we need to get a if we can get a crossover on the MACDs on the 1 minute, then we can still move to the upside. Like this is aggressive buying right here. Like if I were to get in, I would get in down here and put a stop loss right here. I would get in right here, right there. But the seven right here is very attractive to it. So that would be like right here.
What if that 440 is going to climb?
Oh yeah, it looks like SPY is going to reach up to that gap fill up top.
Did you get back in Qs?
Not yet. I'm gonna wait. I have my buy order right here, my buy limit. So if it hits right here, yeah, we'll be getting in.
Gotcha.
It looks like we are about to have a crossover on the stochastic on the 1 minute. So let's see what happens. See if my analysis is true. I mean, I do see an up movement on the 5 minute. We're still bullish. You see this? We're still bullish. We're still up there.
I do see it now, yeah.
So yeah, go back to the 1 minute. Now it's really up to what people are going to do. Are they going to buy? Are they going to sell? And and for buying areas, if I were to buy, especially on futures, it would be between here and here. It would be between here and here. If I want to buy going up, I would buy it down here. If I want to buy it going down, I would buy it going down here. I would set stop losses below these lows or below or above these highs, like right here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Come on. And if I don't get in, that's cool because I'm up $144. I'm good with that, I'm fine.
Absolutely.
I'm okay. I'm doing good. I'm
It's a
solid,
good day.
man.
It's a good day's work from the chair, man.
Yeah, it is. What
I
is
mean,
that?
that
How
was
much is that? How much is that? What, $20 an hour? No, that's not $20 an hour.
no. You made $140 in 30 minutes, didn't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're close to $300 an hour, man. You're charging lawyer fees, or you're making lawyer fees over here.
Good stuff, man. We're moving to the upside, guys. We're moving to the upside. I'm not even in it. It sucks, but you know what? It is what it is. Fuck it. I don't care.
I see it moving.
Yeah.
Well,
I should have gotten in. I knew it. I knew it. I think I'm on point, fellas. I think I'm on point. I'm not a guru, but I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
not bad, my friend.
We do need to get above these levels at 254.25 on the futures, and for the Qs, we need to go above 440. 440. 440.97. 442.74. Or no, sorry, not my mistake. We need to get above 441.54. 441.54. So that's how I would do the if I were doing options, I would wait for a little pullback, get cheap calls, and then get in. Like I said, like you can run it up, you can get in right here already in this area right here. You can get in right here in this area already, and hold on. Yeah, you can get in this area right here. It wouldn't matter because you would still be up either way, even if it climbed up. Like, all right, let's see what we got here. We got a confirmation, and now we have a crossover on the downside on the on the 5 minute. Well, let's see what happens, guys. Let's see if I think we're still going to keep moving up. I would get in on this 7 right here. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. We got 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes, and we're getting off. There we go. It's pushing up.
Yep.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till it comes back down here to the EMAs at 7 right here, and then I'm gonna get in.
I like it.
Hopefully, we don't get a damn massive sell-off. That would be horrible.
Any idea if the master's done with his summer retreat?
No, I don't think so. He's not.
Is it 2 weeks?
No. It's a whole month, man.
What?
You don't remember? Have you gone to that retreat before?
I have. Out west?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, I guess it was 22 days.
I'm at $150. I'm at 150. Yeah, it was a whole month, man. They were going for a whole month. Or I think I don't. You know what? I really don't remember anymore. I really don't remember.
I didn't think this was. I didn't think. Well, gosh, it's been 5 years. I guess that's about right.
Oh no! Whenever I went in, you were just coming out, right?
I joined the 16, but yeah, as far as that,
when did you get out?
I ETS in September of this year for 8 years. But I was over there at ACO till 2022.
Till 22. I forgot when I got in because I remember seeing you there, and then you weren't there after.
Yeah, because that was just my last couple months.
Yeah. Yep.
God, for that shit show.
All right, I just want $50. That is all. I just want
Trying to get
$50.
that 200 for the day.
That 200. That
I like it.
200, man. It's very. It attracts that 7 right here. It's very. The candles do like that 7 when it's moving up on the MACDs. I'm not the MACDs on this on the 1 minute.
If he grabs that 442, man, you should be good.
Yep. I'm still going to check that 1 minute. Because I know we haven't gotten a downside. I don't see no downside movement just yet. Damn.
Salud.
Thank you. There we go. Let's see if it crosses over that 442. What is it? 440. I can't see it. It's at 441.54. Let's see if it crosses that 441. It crossed. Now I'm just gonna wait for a confirmation. Wait till it hits that 7 EMA, and then I'm gonna hop in. But I don't want to get in just now. Like I want to get in. We have a zone right here. Now we have a zone right here, or we have 2 zones. We have that one there and this one here. So I would like to get into this one, but let's just see what happens.
Yeah, looks like it's
checking out that 5. Look at that, man. Look at that, man. My analysis is on point.
I like it. Oh man.
All right. Well, wait till it comes down. Wait till I see if it can come down. I'm in the 5 minute right now.
It's wild how fast this thing moves.
Yep. And see, the thing is that I cannot. There is a trader that I've seen. I don't know if you have Think or Swim, but there's a trader on TikTok that I've seen. Her name, I think, her thing is called Mazzy Trade, and she
Okay.
uses some kind of indicator, and it's a volume profile indicator, I think, and it tells you how many people are actually buying in. Now that would be amazing, because then I would be able to tell. Well, we have very aggressive buyers. Like right here, I can't see. The only thing I can see is bars. I want to see like actual movement, and I can't find the indicator. I don't know. Look at that. Look at that movement, brother. Look at that. Gap fill to the upside, I think, for SPY. Wow. I just want $50, man. That's all I want. But I'm too scared to get in because these are just new highs, or on the of the day. Wow. But it's very slow going up. I don't want to jump in just yet because if I do, then then this thing can come back all the way down, and then I'm just out of my profits again.
Yeah. Yeah, don't make that mistake.
Yeah. Look at this thing. Look at
Seems
this
like
thing run.
445 for a good call from early this morning.
Yeah, I would have, like I said, I would have called out those 448 were
Yeah.
cheap. They were nice, man. Those 448s, when I remember, they were at 30 something dollars. Now they're up 0.56.
But we had what 13,000 people getting in at 445, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 13,000 shares, I guess, not people.
Look at that movement, bro. Look at that. I could have made my 200. About 200 from that move.
Dang.
And it's still riding, man.
Well,
I'm scared to get in, man. I don't want to lose any profit.
I do. I don't blame you.
Let's see what happens here.
Well, I hope people have been paying attention to what you've said this morning because you could have made anybody a fair amount of money.
Oh yeah. I'm at 154. I made $4 off of that. Ah, yeah, man. Yeah, I know. I know. All right, guys, we're coming up on. We got about 10 minutes left. Got about 10 minutes left, guys. Um,
It's been a surprisingly good morning if you followed your advice.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but it works to me since I'm limited with funds, and I have a little bit. I have to be extra, 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 super extra because I could lose everything, especially on futures, man.
Oh, for
So I
sure.
can't I can't just get in. Like if I was in the if I had $1,000 and I was going into calls, I would have gotten into those calls at the cheap price, and I would have gotten at least $500, half of it, you know,
Yep.
worth. and I would have gotten out uh, that same day, and I would have probably made a decent chunk, you know.
Yeah.
So because I'm reading off of my technicals, I'm reading what it's saying, and I looked at it and I read that 10 minute it was telling me like, hey man, we're gonna have an upside movement, and that's what I was reading. Now we're gonna have a looks like we're gonna have a reversal possibly here. We just need that we got a crossover on the stochastics on the 1 minute to the downside. Now we just need a confirmation on the signal on the MACD signal sign um, crossover. So we need this to cross over to come back down. And it crossed already. The stochastics already crossed. Where they crossed? They crossed about at this candle. They crossed to go to the downside. And this is the kind of stuff that I want to put out there. Like, dude, this stuff is free. If people are paying attention right now, they have the cheese already. They're getting it
Yeah.
already. They're getting it full blown. But Hector, pay attention, man, because this is going to cost subscribers $167 a month for this type of information. So I would, right now, I would really pay attention. Um, so we had this crossover right here on the stochastics going to the downside on the 1 minute. Now we just need a confirmation on the 1 minute MACD signals to cross over. Once these cross over, we can get a confirmation of going to the downside. But it really just depends on how aggressive these things are. So uh, you have to be prepared. You have to prepare yourself for these things to happen. Because it can spike up and then it messes everything up, and then we're still going up. I'm gonna try this one.
He must be somewhere
Oh yeah,
to be adding his input.
you
I don't know
got
if you're
signal.
watching the group.
Yeah, gotta have signal. I'm at 168.32 for today's P&L. 168.32. All right, guys, we got about 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna review over everything and what I'm seeing for later on today, and then that'll be it. That'll be it. Yep, for today. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're still going up. There's no crossover just yet. The stochastics, it did cross over, so I want to see this thing come back down uh, soon and get a confirmation to the downside, and see what sellers are doing, because I don't we need aggressive sellers in order for this thing to come down.
For sure.
Let's see. Let's see here we go. All right, so Spy already did its gap fill on top. It's doing a gap fill, but I'm thinking um, it needs to come back to the VWAP. So what I'm thinking is possibly if it does try to come down to VWAP, then the Qs we're going to be below the Qs on VWAP, so it could mean a downside for Qs, and we could bounce off the VWAP on SPY and then come back up. So possibly SPY coming down below Qs, bouncing up and hitting the VWAP again, and possibly coming back down. I have no clue. So that's my analysis as of right now. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, and take 5 minutes, or I'm gonna take 2 to 3 minutes to give you an insight on what I think is gonna happen, and then we're gonna get off. That'll be it for us today. All right. So higher time frames. I'm looking at the 30 minute. I'm seeing this upside movement. We have here a crossover from August the 6th with which was no, August the, was that? Yeah, from today, this morning at, oh, what time was this? Was this 1 o'clock in the morning?
Uh,
It says 00. What is that on?
it's midnight, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I think. So all right, we had this downside movement. This is the 30 minute. We had this crossover. Boom! It came down. The stochastics too. If you had stochastics, I would recommend that. Um, and then we have this downtrend. Now we had this big spike this morning. Bam! It went up. Now we're looking at, if you're looking at the MACDs on Q on the 30 minute, where we, it looks like we are going to have a bounce. Now from what I'm seeing, a bounce would be like right about here. We could have a bounce here pretty soon, or a bounce off of these levels going down to the downside. So I would watch out for those guys. I would watch out for a downside movement. I am seeing on the 30 minute that there is probably a bounce to the downside. I'm not for certain, but I know on the 1 hour it looks the same thing. We are on a downtrend on the 1 hour, so I would watch out for a bounce to the downside, for possibly a big drop, because everything's been dropping. So that's what I'm seeing right now. Let's see. Let me mark it. What is it? F2, F2. So we can F2, come back up here, hit here, come back down, probably hit some VWAPs or something here, and possibly coming back down here. I'm not so sure, so y'all, I can't guarantee y'all this, but watch for a bounce off of this level here at 18,400, which would be on the Qs, would be around 455, maybe not so, maybe 446, around these levels. 446 to 450, um, just referencing off of the futures and comparing it to the just a regular stock or QQQ. We are having a downside movement on SPY right now, so um, that's what I'm seeing as of right now, guys. I don't think I'll probably be getting on later on. Um, I mean on my phone, but right now I'm not going to get into nothing right now. There's no telling on what's going to happen. It really just depends on aggressive buyers and aggressive sellers, and read your analysis on what you think, and look for these crossovers, look for spreads in the signal in the MACD, and then you'll be fine. So all right, guys. So I think that would be